Yeah, now it's time for Reese to hop on the motherfucking verse. Told you I wasn't gonna curse. Said I'm a liar, I put it in a hearse. I got to him first. Had to go spin on the block and I double it back in the V. Niggas be mad at me. Watching freaky footage ruined my life. Chat, this is a lot of y'all. Y'all gotta relate to this.
You want to experience the
I gotta watch this for y'all, chat. I have to. I gotta let y'all know you're not alone.
Yo, pornography ruined my life at one time.
Oh my God.
I was actually addicted to pornography. I was introduced to pornography at a very early age. And I am going to be as transparent as possible with you guys because that's how it should be. All this fabrication and faking that people went through things or speaking about things they don't know about. I don't really subscribe to that. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? People do all this research.
I've been avoiding this video for days. It caught up to you, didn't it? You can't run from your truth.
Jump cutting and get on here and talk about stuff they never experienced. I don't subscribe to that. Well, when I was in high school, I think the peak of it was like my 10th grade year. I was addicted bad, and it ruined many different aspects of my life. I didn't really have the confidence to talk to girls in person. I didn't really have the mental clarity to focus on things other than lustful activities and lustful thoughts. Sometimes I would even avoid being around my family just so I could get in the back room and do the deed, and it was disgusting.
Jesus.
I felt like a shell of a person. I was always disgusted with myself. I always regretted it, and it was just a cheap outlet to just degeneracy. And it felt even worse when you released all these hormones and did all these things, but you were still alone. I didn't have anyone to call mine. I'm young, like, you know what I'm saying? But it was a disgusting period of time. And it was.
He said, I'm watching porn right now. I hate this chat so much. He trying to open up and really explain to y'all that you being a freaky deaky frog and you want to play around. Talking about you watching it now.
Bad, man. I would go to school and these girls, certain girls would flirt with me, and I would go on the hub and find someone that looked identical to them. Like, you could literally find anything you want on there. It's pretty crazy the access you have on the internet, and it's dangerous. But it got bad, man. It was almost like every day I was getting it in. And I noticed the difference.
Stop. This is not funny. The way he said it, every day I was getting it in. The way he said that made me laugh. Every day I was getting it in. That made me laugh. Stop.
Not bad, man. It was almost like every day I was getting it in. And I noticed the difference in my physical health. Now, I've always been in shape. But I'm telling you, bro, I used to work out so much, but I would also release so much. My gains never changed. Now, yes, I made some increases, and I was growing too as a young male. But when I stopped, bro, I didn't have to work out nearly as much and retain muscle and all this stuff. But it got to the point where I was just so disgusted with myself. And I stumbled on a video. I wish I could remember so I could shout out to whoever it was. But I seen the concept of semen retention. And then I heard something about Mike Tyson doing it and this and that. So I wanted to try it out. 2 days went by, I relapsed. I went like a day after that, relapsed again. Then after that, I went a week, relapsed again. After that, I went like 2 weeks without, releasing, and I relapsed again. And then after that, I went on a 8-month stretch without releasing. And when I did, it was not, with my hand. And man, in that period of time, people, look, it's not a superpower to retain and all this stuff. Eventually it can be, but it's not gonna make you glow. It's not gonna. It's the byproduct of doing those things, conquering yourself. That's what I like to call it. When you conquer yourself, you conquer your lust. When you conquer your desires, that's what makes you glow. That energy that's what's inside of you. You know what I'm saying? People not just gonna walk up, you're retaining. Maybe now since it's such a talked about theme, but they gonna be like, man, that's just something about you, man, or. You know what I'm saying? Even if they don't, you feel better about yourself when you learn to control your desires and not dig into that life. But over the course of those 8 months, especially after that first few weeks and the first months and stuff, those desires started to lessen, right? And I began to conquer myself. And I, instead of being so bored and staying up to 3 o'clock at night and, finding an activity to help me out, I start filling my time, man, with more meaningful things. Even just playing the game sometimes. I just feel in that space. Get so busy to where you don't have time to be distracted, to where you don't have time to touch it. You know what I mean? When you
I can't hear no more of this, chat. You gotta find things to occupy your time so you ain't gotta touch it. There you go. Let them talk to you, chat. There you go, chat. Let him talk to you for a quick little second or whatever. That message had to be delivered to y'all because you know what I'm saying? It needed to happen.